All right, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a lot of pleasure to reintroduce Red Sox playoff baseball live and on camera for the first time since 2013 when the Red Sox took on the Rays for the first round. But the last time I was on camera for a Red Sox postseason game was, of course, the World Series back in 2013 where the Red Sox won it all. So, as I mentioned, first time since 2013, there have been a couple of years of just shameful, embarrassing disgraces to the game of baseball, the likes of which have never been seen. But those are over. Even the Red Sox this year were, I'll get to that as the postseason goes on. Hopefully there is a longer postseason and as the series goes on. But for right now, I'm going to try to stay positive. This has been, a long time coming. I've been very excited about this game tonight just because it is a return to playoff baseball, and I have not done this in a while. So get ready for some emotion, get ready for some excitement, some randomness. It's a playoff baseball as Trevor Bauer throws the first pitch to Dustin Pedroia, and it is upstairs for a strike. That was a bit of a questionable call, but we'll get to that. There'll be plenty of umpire arguments and me flipping out about stuff. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Whether they win or lose, there's going to be some kind of reaction. I would love to see some celebrating going on, but we'll see. That is upstairs for a ball this time. All right. Yeah, that was a much higher pitch, I will admit. So 1-1 the count to Dustin Pedroia leading things off. The leadoff hitter batting over .315 this season with the Boston Red Sox. Dustin Pedroia, one of those players who, always puts on a pretty good show as he swings and misses right there. Of course, everybody proves me wrong when I talk about them, but Pedroia always gives you a good season. He kind of goes under the radar, to an extent, just because, he went through a phase where he was injured a lot, so, you didn't even expect a full season from him. But this year they got a full season from him, and it was another great season, both defensively and at the plate. Hits that one into right field. Going deep, can't get to it, Chisenhall. It's up against the wall. Pedroia is going to get to second, looks like. The throw to second is not in time. Pedroia is on base with a double to start things off. So already we're doing better than most of my innings. Usually we go 3 or 4 innings of me watching this without a hit. So Pedroia leads things off with a double, and that's the Red Sox offense for you. One thing that this team was not disgraceful at was scoring runs. It's scoring runs early. And against Trevor Bauer, who, let's face it, is no Corey Kluber, they have a chance here to hopefully score a few runs in support of Rick Porcello, who I'll get to in a later inning. But, so Pedroia's on. Brock Holt batting second, which is a little weird, but, I guess they're trying to mix things up with the lineup. The Red Sox, despite their amazing offense, didn't score too many runs down the stretch, losing 5 of their last 6 games and only scoring a couple runs a game. So Pedroia's on second to lead things off. Can't do much better than that. Brock Holt takes strike 1 up in the zone. So it's 0-1 to Holt right now, the number 2 hitter, as I mentioned, playing third base, one of his 20 positions that he plays. I always did like Brock Holt, even if his numbers aren't, the best. I think he only batted .255 this season. But, even last year when he was the only All-Star on what was a pretty mediocre team, he was pretty decent to watch just because of all the positions he can play and how versatile he is in the field. That one is inside for a ball, 1-1 the count. Top of the first inning, nobody out. Red Sox trying to get to Trevor Bauer early and get a good start on this postseason. Of course, this is going to be the last postseason for David Ortiz, who might get in that bat in this inning. And, David Ortiz, of course, the great Red Sox hero, the great postseason hero, also against the Yankees in 2004, and even in 2013's World Series, batting .688. David Ortiz, not enough can be said about that guy as Trevor Bauer arbitrarily turns around and looks at second base. Not enough great things can be said about David Ortiz and his heroics on and off the field. And, it was a great season for him. And watching it as a Red Sox fan, I don't think it really hit me that it was David Ortiz's last season till really the last week or so. And watching those last games at Fenway were pretty emotional. Brock Holt fouls that one off and we're at 1-2. So, obviously, if nothing else, I hope the Red Sox make this an interesting series, if only because I want to see David Ortiz play more games. I don't really want to see, all this excitement over winning the AL East and then the Red Sox lose 3 straight to the Indians. That would kind of be a buzzkill, especially with David Ortiz. He went 0-4 in his last game. I would hate for him to have a bad series. Not that would really take away from his legacy. Obviously, David Ortiz has proven everything he needs to prove, winning 3 World Series with the Red Sox, as that ball bounces in. So the count is 2-2 to Brock Holt. But, obviously David Ortiz doesn't have anything else to prove. I'm not saying that. But, it would be, obviously, this magical storybook ending if they could win it all for him, or even if he could have a big postseason, regardless of what happens. David Ortiz, I don't think he'll be the reason the Red Sox lose if they lose. I'll just put it to you that way. And I definitely think the Red Sox are fully capable of losing, even to the Indians. So we'll see what happens tonight. I have a good feeling about this game in particular. I don't know about the series. Brock Holt hits that one through to right field, a base hit. Pedroia staying at third. Yeah, I didn't think he would go on that, but nice job by the Red Sox 1 and 2 hitters getting on base. First and third, nobody out. That brings up MVP candidate Mookie Betts, who I have to say has lived up as a big-time prospect. Mookie Betts already showing why he could be one of the big stars in MLB, not just going forward, but right now. Mookie Betts with a 30 and 100 season with at least 20 stolen bases that I know of. And Mookie Betts about to show why he could be an MVP candidate right now with first and third, nobody out. David Ortiz batting behind him. Batted .318 this year, 31 home runs, 113 RBIs. All of those are in the top 5 in the major leagues, second in the AL in average. So Mookie Betts, just one of many Red Sox who hit the cover off the ball this season and made this team very watchable at times. And he's facing Trevor Bauer, who's already in trouble, throwing, not too many pitches, a couple balls here and there, but he's just been getting hit. That one is way out of the strike zone. 1-0 to Mookie Betts. So this is exciting. I mean, I was excited either way to watch some Red Sox playoff baseball, to get it on camera. This is live, just like it was in 2013. I'm going to upload this to YouTube as soon as the inning's done, and then I'm going to just kind of get back in here and keep going at it, just like I did then. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. But right now, this is a very exciting first inning for me to get. That one is outside, but did the umpire call it a ball? He did. All right, 2-0. There might be faith in our umpiring crews yet, but let's not go too crazy. Terry Francona, I think I've seen about 4 or 5 shots at him already in the first 5 minutes of this game, so that's encouraging. Can't wait to see Terry Francona in between every pitch. Not that he's not a good-looking man. I mean, Terry Francona. Ooh, that was a good pitch, but Mookie Betts swings and misses. That was very hittable. He could at least drive one to the outfield for a sacrifice fly. We'll see if, obviously, he's going to try and drive in a run any way he can, but that was a nice pitch to swing at. That was in the strike zone, and Mookie Betts just swung and missed that one. So I can see the bugs everywhere in Cleveland. I was hearing about how, previous Cleveland playoff games have had a lot of bugs. That was like the same pitch, too. Swung and missed at that one. So Trevor Bauer with a couple of fastballs here to get, back in the count. 2-2 now. Indians fans on their feet hoping for a strikeout. That would be a big one for them. As Mookie Betts is at the plate, 2-2. Nobody out for the Red Sox. Cleveland standing in anticipation of a strikeout here. He might get it if he throws that fastball again. Here we go. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And wow, is that ever perplexing to see Mookie Betts swing and miss at 3 straight strikes like that. I mean, really hittable pitches. And I mean, he should have swung at them, and he did, but he just missed at all 3 of them. I mean, didn't get fooled. He just missed on all 3 fastballs. I think they were about 94 miles an hour. Trevor Bauer, reaching back and getting an early out, an important out for the Indians. But that brings, of course, David Ortiz to the plate. Let's see how they handle this situation now. Certainly, David Ortiz has some postseason experience with 17 postseason home runs. Had 127 RBIs, 1.021 OPS, which led the major leagues at the age of 40. So David Ortiz, of course, a threat to go deep or to drive in a couple runs here. With runners on the corners, Brock Holt at first, Pedroia at third, Ortiz at the plate, and now we're going to see what happens here in Game 1 of the American League Division Series against the Cleveland Indians at Progressive Field. An insane shift being put on by Cleveland now. 3 infielders on the right side, just the third baseman on the left. What will Big Papi do here? What will the Indians do? Let's find out. First pitch is inside to Papi, 1-0. So David Ortiz, of course, going out swinging. His final season, a very awesome one, with the best season anybody's had for a baseball player at the age of 40 or older. So, yeah, what can you say about David Ortiz? You didn't think he'd have a bad season, but you certainly didn't think he'd have this good of a season at the age of 40 and just kind of, declining, but not really. Still could play another year. He swings and pops that one straight up. Shoot. Napoli getting under it. 2 quick outs. That sucks. That really sucks. Ortiz was a bit eager on that. That pitch wasn't really a very good pitch to even swing at. So, unlike Mookie Betts, he does make contact, but it's popped straight into the air for an out, and that kind of sucks. Because now, Red Sox need a hit to get a run in. And, not that they can't get one with Hanley Ramirez coming up, but that sucks. You had first and third, nobody out, and you think And again, this is the Red Sox, so, optimism is, something you have at your own risk with this team. Trevor Bauer up against Hanley Ramirez now with 2 outs in the first inning. That was quick. That really took the air out of me there. I mean, come on. 2 straight hits and now 2 straight outs. So we'll see what happens as Hanley Ramirez, 14 for 30, his career numbers in the division series. And I love all the numbers that baseball always has. Like, no matter what the situation is, there's always some kind of number about it. So, because he's 14 for 30, oh, hold on. That one is in the left field base hit. They're going to get at least 1 run here. No, I don't really know if they'll get more than that, but I don't even care. Throwing to the plate. Oh, crap. He's safe. Safe at home. Oh, yeah, go ahead and point to your dugout. Hanley Ramirez driving in 2 runs with a double with 2 outs. Francona putting his hand out like he wants the challenge, but Holt looked like he got in. That was really close, though. That was really close. And, of course, in this era of challenging and nobody ever being right or wrong, the Indians are going to whine about it, and we'll see if it becomes a challenge or not. But at that one, I actually thought the umpires got right, as that one is a gap drive by Hanley Ramirez. I liked that he was aggressive there, and he was safe. He was very safe. I mean, by the time the catcher got the ball, Brock Holt was already sliding in. They show it here now. So he starts swiping at him, but he got the hand in on the base before that. So I don't know what we're looking at here. Called safe on the field. I was just thinking this too. I was like, what if I'm doing like one of these postseason games and a big challenge comes up, and they are going to look at it. So now already you're going to get to see some emotion here, because if they call Brock Holt out on this, I'll probably freak out, and then that might be a good video. Although by the time they show it a million times, he might have gotten him there. I don't know. We're going to take a look here, but at least 1 run scored. Hopefully the 2. It looked like Brock... He's out! Oh, come on! So already you get to see me freak out. Red Sox lose a run, should be 2-0, and I'll be keeping track of that all throughout the game, as I traditionally do. So it's 1-0 in the middle of the first, and the rage will continue in the next inning.